Hey, so if you felt like you were getting zapped all night long, you were not imagining things. We got hit hard, so hard energetically throughout the night. What an intense, I'm telling you, I have not felt this type of energy. I can't even remember when. I feel like this is like new frequency. I feel like Spirit's just saying right now, it's intermingling with some of the density, which then makes it explode even more. So here's the really interesting thing, and let me know in the comments about this, because based on, they're just saying I should have a warning out there. Don't shoot the messenger, okay? I'm going to say things that your ego's not going to like. I know that my ego didn't like to hear it, but we need to hear it. We have to acknowledge it. When these big energy systems are coming through, so when we're getting slammed with that energy coming in, like all of our chakras were getting ignited. When I ran my AO scan this morning, which I did before I got out of bed, that's how intense the energy was. All of my crown chakra and my root chakra were okay, but all of my chakras in between were on fire. They were like running so high. So Spirit's just saying, so imagine like a kink in the hose, right? So imagine a hose is supposed to have water flowing through it, but imagine it's kinked on both ends and then the energy is all stuck in the middle. It feels like explosive, like you're going to burst. And that's what we experienced. Here is the thing though. This is really important. This is so important because it's part of your healing journey. If you're somebody who really wants to heal, this is a key point that you cannot miss. If you have a lot of density in your frequency, so physical density first, right? You're having a human experience, you're driving this human vehicle. It has certain aspects to it that need to be taken care of. So if you have a lot of density in your human vehicle, what I mean by this is your organs are not healthy, your blood is dirty, you have a high pathogen load in the body, right? Your nervous system is burnt, all of that stuff. If you have all of that stuff going on, or some of that stuff going on, when these big energy systems come through, you're going to feel like you were hit by a Mack truck. Make sense? And it's just because Spirit's saying we have limited capacity to hold the light in the human form. Does that make sense? So that has to be addressed. We have to do the work on that. That needs to be addressed. And then also, and this is where it's intermingled, right? Nothing is separate, especially in this universe. Your emotional density. So if you have a lot of, ego, pain body driven experiences, so meaning not a lot of soul-led experiences, but a lot of the other stuff where you're gathering, fear and worry and rage and judgment and depression and anxiety and all of that stuff. When you are having experiences through those lenses, through the ego or the pain body, and you're gathering all of those frequencies, right? They become stuck in your body. They legitimately become stuck and become physical in the body. So if you have a lot of that going on right now, when this big energy comes through, when the light's coming in such a powerful way, you're not going to feel good. It's going to feel bad. Spirit's just saying, here's the good news about this. There's good news about it, guys. Really, there is. When you do the work, when you start to have the recognition of what state your body's in and what state your frequencies are in, when you have the awareness of it, awareness is power, then you can begin to start making the changes to start to heal everything, right? It's not an overnight fix. It doesn't happen instantly, right? I can tell you this, go back 3 years ago, and these energies would have taken me out. Like I would have been down for the count. I would not have been able to function. And so you don't have to do it the way that I did, where you hit rock bottom, where you completely burn and crash and you have to rebuild everything from scratch. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do it. Spirit's just saying you can take tiny little steps, one step at a time, right? So many ways that we can change the density in the body and bring in more light. But Here's the really interesting thing, and I want to note about this, and let me know for my fellow light workers out there if you're noticing this. The intensity of the light is also changing. It's now matching the dark's intensity, which I find so cool. Now, as an innocent bystander, that sounds amazing, right? You think about, here's the dark coming in, and it's trying to take us out and control us and manipulate us and all of that stuff. And then here's the light coming in, and it's building us up, and it's giving us momentum, and it's helping us shine, and it's right. It sounds beautiful as an observer. When you're standing back and watching it, it sounds like you're at a great show, right? You're in a movie theater and you're watching this awesome show play out. When you are an active participant in it, like we were last night, where our physical bodies are getting the upgrades, the DNA is changing, the light codes are coming in, it's not exactly enjoyable, right? I gotta admit, last night, as I felt like I was getting electrocuted, and as I was like jumping in and out of these crazy dream states, I was thinking, I'm not liking this so much. Right? Let's be honest. I wasn't experiencing the rainbows and the unicorns so much. I wasn't. I was kind of like, at the dentist, okay, just get it done with, be done with it so that I can get on with this, stop the pain, stop the, right? I feel like that's kind of how a lot of us experience this. But today is different. So we're feeling this, even though I got very little sleep last night because it was so intense. I'm not feeling so bad today. I was a little worried because I was like, that dark was coming in to try and do some stuff to us. And the light countered it in a really powerful way. I wasn't sure when I got, because like I said, I did my AO scans this morning from my bed before I got out of bed. I was like, yeah, I need to balance my frequencies before my human feet hit the floor today. So I'm surprised that today is feeling different. Like it feels light. I can feel it. And if you're not feeling that yet, remember, you've got to do the stuff. This is the thing, we can't just sit and have a pity party when we're going through this stuff. You have to have this agenda, right? Just as the dark has an agenda, the light's got to have an agenda. We have to have that agenda of, what am I doing to power up today? What am I doing to soothe my soul today? What am I doing to allow this vehicle to hold more light? Let me know. Let us know. Let us know what your thing is, what you are going to bring the focus on today. And if you're not feeling the light, I'm sending you guys huge, huge blessings. Remember, we're in this together, and this is an exciting time. It's not so exciting when we feel like we're getting taken out, but trust me, it's an exciting time. Sending you guys blessings.